Manchester United 3, Bournemouth 0, 3 points at Old Trafford, back-to-back 3-0 victories for Erik ten Hag's men. We're now level on points with Newcastle in third after their 1-1 draw with Arsenal at the Emirates this evening. The only reason we're in fourth is because of goal difference. We're 1 point behind Manchester City in second. Of course, Man City still have to play Chelsea this week, but back-to-back 3-0 wins, back-to-back victories for Manchester United at Old Trafford. I think it's something like, I don't know, in the last 15 games, we've lost once in the last 16, something like that. It's positive. My point being, it's positive for United under Erik ten Hag. And I've been saying this a lot recently, that you've got to take a step back. You've got to take a step back and say, you know what? And I was getting this feeling during the World Cup. I was getting this feeling when we were on hiatus from club football, that if you assess the situation, if you look at the squad of players we have, and most importantly, if you look at the manager that we have, Manchester United are good. We're good. We're decent. We're not the best team in the league, but we're up there. We're up there. And on our day, we can give anyone a game. I don't think we have to, in the future, be scared of playing Manchester City, have to be scared of playing Arsenal. I think they're going to be concerned about facing us. See, you've got to come to Old Trafford. They're going to go, tell you what, not that, they smashed Bournemouth, I'm going to be terrified. No, they're going to be terrified because we're in good form. Same will be with Arsenal. And I think that's a positive. I mean, if you're going to look at these performances tonight, 3-0, you could argue it somewhat flatters us a little bit in the sense of David De Gea. Look, I know we speak about David De Gea a lot, and I know sometimes now when we talk about David De Gea, people can roll their eyes a little bit and go, here we go again. Not in that way. But the guy tonight made 3 saves that, we scored 3 goals, 1-3-0. Bournemouth could have scored 3 goals this evening. If it wasn't for David De Gea, they would have. Now, I understand a goalkeeper's job is to prevent the ball going in the back of the net, but I think people forget that. I think people are forgetting that when it comes to David De Gea. The guy has made certainly at least 2 of them tonight. I think they're saves that I don't think other goalkeepers make. And again, it's better the devil you know. People talk about Jan Sommer. People talk about Diogo Costa. People can talk about whoever it may be. Some of those other keepers aren't making those saves tonight, and it could have been a completely different game. So I think he deserves a lot of praise. Luke Shaw, my man of the match, really, this evening. I think it was probably between him and Casemiro once again. But Luke Shaw, talk about a player that's just been totally revitalised. Again, physically, he's in tremendous shape. Probably the best shape we've ever seen him at Manchester United. He's becoming, I think, a senior pro, a senior leader in that United dressing room. He's been at the club long enough that he should be a senior player, but he's also contributing in multiple positions. Let's face it, if we'd have gone into the game tonight and Luke Shaw was once again playing left centre-back, nobody would have batted an eyelid. People would have gone, look, he deserves it. He's played really well. He's been playing really well recently. To go from playing at left centre-back and being reassured, being composed, being good on the ball, shift back to his natural position at left-back and get a goal and be instrumental in the goal for Marcus Rashford is a huge credit. And defensively, at the same time, be completely resolute and strong and not have his winger have the beating of him. Luke Shaw is in terrific form. The goal that he gets, he starts the move with the 1-2, again, carries the ball and gets involved with the goal with the finish. The ball that he puts out to is it Bruno Fernandes? I think it's Bruno Fernandes he puts out for Marcus Rashford's goal is fantastic too. And the thing is, we've known that. We've known that about Luke Shaw. It's never been an issue of technique with Luke Shaw. We know his crossing ability is good. We know his first touch is good. We know his passing ability is good. Sometimes it's about application. Sometimes it's about attitude, maybe not the right word in the sense of he's got a bad attitude, but you just want to see more hunger from him. Not in that way. But, you want to see more desire. You want to see more grit from him. And I think that's what we're starting to see now under Erik ten Hag for Luke Shaw. So he was my man of the match. I thought he was tremendous. You have to give credit to the entire back four. Look, when me and KG did the match view and we saw that starting lineup and you saw what is an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back four, that was the back four that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was thinking of last season, minus Rafael Varane, let's say, but certainly the season prior, that's an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back four, and at times it looked a little bit ropey, but all in all, I think they did well. I thought Wan-Bissaka once again did very, very well, and I think he deserves a lot of credit for the form that he's played himself into recently. Again, it's because Diogo Dalot's dropped out through injury, but any decent player worth their salt, when a competitor or a person in the same position as them drops out, you fight for your spot and you make sure that when that player comes back, he's got to fight to get his spot back. I think Dalot will get his spot back fairly easily, but I think Wan-Bissaka's done really well and I think he deserves credit for that. Good passes on the ball once again. Casemiro. I think we all have to, and not all actually. No, I shouldn't paint everyone with that brush. I think certainly I will hold my hands up. I think other people should hold their hands up when it comes to Casemiro, of people that doubted him. People doubted his reasons for coming to Old Trafford. People doubted his reasons for leaving Real Madrid. Was it money? Was it because he didn't want to compete with some of the younger midfielders coming in at Real Madrid, whether it be Camavinga or Tchouaméni? He left because he wanted a new challenge. He felt, I've got nothing left to prove here at Real Madrid, and I'm 31 and I can stay at Real Madrid. They want me here. I can stay here and I'll win trophies. I'll sit on the bench. I'll play still quite a lot of games. Or I can say, you know what? I want a challenge. I want to push myself. You only get one career, and I want to play for other big clubs. And Manchester United are a big club, big stature, big name, but at the same time, we haven't been successful in a long time. And Casemiro, he's paid handsomely for it, but he's still taken a gamble and he could have gone elsewhere. And what a player we've got. I mean, I know we've been burnt before in the past. Maybe that's why some people might have been initially cold to him moving to United, going, what's wrong with him? You know, why does he want to come to us? He wants to come to us because he wants to win things, and he wants to win things with a big club, and he wants to prove himself once again. And he's everywhere. The fact he didn't get a booking today, I think, is crazy. But at the same time, it's almost like the club was made for him. The conditions tonight, the slick pitch, the slide tackles, he's just everywhere. And he opens the scoring as well, which is sometimes the hardest thing to do for us. In a side that's not clinical, what we have seen this season is when we do get that goal, a lot of the time, if we get it early enough, the floodgates do open because the sort of tension reduces and the confidence builds up. And today that comes from Casemiro getting that first goal. And again, he's big game hero. As KG says, it's true. He's Casemiro, whatever you want to call him, he is just, from a player earlier on in the season where it was like, oh, you know, McTominay's keeping him out the side. I mean, it's nowhere near now, really, is it? And Casemiro's already settled. He's already so important and so vital to us. And again, he was fantastic today. I want to shout out Donny van der Beek. Did start the game. Was playing okay, I think. You know, nothing more than that, but okay. Went down with an unfortunate injury. I thought he'd broken his leg at one point. So the fact that he managed to walk off the pitch is a positive sign. Here's hoping it's not too bad. We'll have to wait and see when it comes to that. Bruno Fernandes was sloppy in the first half. Hollywood Bruno at times, and was frustrating. But you keep him on. And the reason you keep him on is because he was still involved with 2 goals. Like, that's just what he does. He was involved with those goals, and that's Bruno Fernandes. He'll be the pass before the pass. He was the pass before the pass for one of the goals. The other goals, he actually got the assist. So he can be frustrating, and we know that. But I think he's far more economical under Erik ten Hag than he was previously under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Ralf Rangnick. He's not trying that ball every time. I think he was just sloppy in the first half. But at the same time, again, we have to get out of that mindset of a bad half doesn't make a bad player. We have to have faith that in the second half they can turn it around. And if they don't, we know this manager will take them off. This manager will take them off and replace them. So I think Bruno contributed. Marcus Rashford, he keeps scoring. He keeps scoring goals, and no fallout or no leftovers from being dropped for Wolves for that first half because of the internal disciplinary. He's back, he gets his goal. Didn't have as much maybe of a standout game that he had previously, but he's still getting on the goal sheet. He's still contributing. He's still scoring goals. And I think that United are in a really good space right now. Again, I know that it's Bournemouth, and I know that people have said that when, it's only Wolves, or it's only Nottingham Forest, or it's only Burnley. We've had a good run of games, but even last year, we wouldn't have won that run of games. And now we take momentum into the next group of games, which is Everton in the FA Cup, but particularly in the Premier League, those 2 next big league games, that being City at home and Arsenal away. And again, they're going to be challenging games, but I think at the same time, the positive and the compliment to us is they're going to be worried about playing us because they know it's going to be a difficult game. So here's to those games, and Erik ten Hag, what's he got cooking?